Hello, welcome to Crafting with the Crafty Chick, Christmas in July. This is project number 5, and we are casing this Christmas card from our annual catalog, page 61, and this is a card that we are casing. There's a couple of things that we are doing different. One, I added the strips of gold foil along the side. And then instead of doing the specialty gold foil DSP with this piece, you only get one with each pack, and each pack is like $15. So instead of doing that, we are doing a gold circle, foil circle, and then just adding these pieces in. I want to tell you these green pieces here are from the Forever Fern bundle, and I just thought that they just added a little something extra, and I really liked how that really came together. One other thing is I had Linda, thank you so much by the way, Linda has the cardinal stamp set on page 60. And my thought was I wanted to add, we've got this beautiful branch with berries. And so I had Linda stamp and die cut several of these out. And my thought was to take the berries, color them in with Stampin' Blend, and then just tuck in behind this gold circle. You would just have a few sprigs of berries kind of poking out. But we ended up and did not do that. And so I'm actually going to save these for another project. For a holiday project as we get closer to the holiday. So thank you, Linda. These will definitely get used. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get all of our pieces out that we need. And no cheating, fast forwarding to the end of this video to see who wins the Christmas in July prize drawing. Come on now. You know who you are. I'm not going to mention any names. Okay, so get all of our pieces out. And something else I want to tell you is these are the pieces from the Forever Fern bundle. I have not got to play with this bundle yet other than die cutting these out. I did attach the garden green cardstock to the back of an adhesive sheet. You want to leave this adhesive sheet backing on. Do not peel that away because this actually gives a little more stability. This is a very delicate piece, and having that on there just helps to make it a little bit stronger. So we're not going to peel that away. Keep that on the back. And the only thing you're going to need for this putting this together is your mono glue or adhesive and your glue dots. That's all we need for putting this together. So we're going to go ahead and start by assembling our pieces. And the colors we're using on this is Old Olive today. And so we have our Old Olive base. You want to make sure your score line, your fold is up at the top. And then this white piece, Whisper White, is the inside liner for our card. We're actually going to go ahead and start assembling our front. So the easiest thing to do, I found, is because your and this is called, I think, In the Woods, and it's the birch tree trunk. It's just stamped multiple times with the stamparatus. You get three of them are one stamp, and so you stamp, and then there's a like hinge style stamparatus. Stamp and then stamp, and you move it down. It really makes it easy. And so what we're going to do is I'm just centering this in the middle. You want to make sure you have both an even size gap on each end. And what you're going to do is you're going to attach your gold foil piece to your Old Olive piece. And I found the easiest way to do that. Mono glue and gold foil doesn't work too well. So I use a high-tack adhesive, and rather than trying to figure out how much adhesive to put on your gold foil, it's easier just to put it on the back of your stamped piece. So I'm just going to run my adhesive along that edge and the other edge. And then you just eyeball, like I have this up along my grid here to make sure that that is straight. And you want to cover about half of that gold foil strip. You want half of that strip showing through. And so you want to make sure that you try to have it even on both sides. Everybody has their method of how they do this. This is just what's easier for me. Okay. And then once you have that assembled, you're going to attach this to the front of your card. And we can use monoglue for this, since this is like cardstock on the back. And we're going to go ahead and attach this. Remember to make sure your fold is up at the top. I'm going to go ahead and attach this. When I saw this card in the catalog, it just caught my eye, and I looked at it really close and I thought, oh, I just about have everything to make that. Okay. I'll go ahead and set that off to the side. And in your little bag, you've got all your little pieces. We'll go ahead and get those out. And I'm going to just separate my pine cones from my little pine boughs and my gold foil leaves here. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and, because we're dealing with gold foil, I want to use a high-tack adhesive. I'm going to put on the back of my white circle and attach that to my gold foil circle. Okay, we're going to set that off to the side. We're going to bring our card back in. So the first thing we're going to do, and you will need your glue dots for this one. So we have this red ribbon, and we're going to basically just make like a Z. And so what you're going to do is to make sure that you've got enough hanging out on this end and enough hanging out on this end. And you're going to want to fold your ribbon so that it's the top and then the bottom. I hope that makes sense. And then once you have that where you want it, and make sure you've got a tail hanging down too, then you're going to use the glue dots to attach your ribbon to your card. And sometimes I found also, and I will show you, that as I'm doing this kind of technique, I like to, just to give me an idea, so this is what I was trying to explain, is you have your, and you're going to fold your ribbon piece here. So basically you're going to have it loop and then go under. Whoop, I just moved it. And so when it gets adhered down, you're actually going to have kind of a loop here. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I have too many fingers in the way. And so then you're just going to bring it back. So you're just making a V shape. So just like a Z. And then once you kind of have it sort of where you want it, take your circle piece and just kind of place it over, just so you can kind of gauge and make sure you've got your loop here at the end. And this is also where you can see if you need to make an adjustment of any kind. Okay, and then once you kind of have it where you want it, go ahead and take your glue dot and start attaching that Z down. So I'm going to put my glue bottle in here to hold that for me while I get a glue dot lifted up here. And then what I'm doing is I'm just lifting this up. Now I thought I had my glue dot and I don't. Okay. So I'm going to stick this on the back of my ribbon and just attach that down. And then you want to get another glue dot and attach this piece down. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. So then I'm going to take my circle just so I can gauge and make sure it's going the direction that I want. Take my loop here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and attach this one down. And then I'm going to come back in and put another glue dot underneath that one so it doesn't move. There. And so there you have your Z shape. Don't worry about this sticking up because once we put our circle down, it will push that down. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm using high-tack adhesive on the back of this circle because we've got ribbon and then we've got cardstock layers. So I'm going to go ahead and secure this down. You do not want to cover up the whole circle because we have other pieces that we're going to be tucking in underneath. Okay, and if your ribbon is a little long, you can cut the tail end off of it if you want. Just do it at an angle since that helps to prevent fraying. Okay, and then what we're going to do is you have your greenery pieces, and I did not use the whole thing, so what I did was I actually cut off the bottom part. Oh, I'm like, why isn't that coming off? I forgot it's connected by these two leaves here. And so I'm cutting the bottom of that piece off, and I'm going to do the same thing on this piece. And I just kind of follow along the direction that the leaf is going. And just eyeball that. Okay, so now we have our bottom pieces cut off. You can use them if you want. You can save them for another project, but I didn't want to use them for this one. And so then what you're going to do is you're going to take one of these and you're going to tuck behind Actually, I'm sorry. We have to cut this part away. So basically, you just have the 1, 2, 3 pieces. Sorry. This was actually the first project that I did to help get my mojo going for Christmas in July projects. Okay, that looks better. So it's the 3, just the top of those greenery pieces. And then, we don't need glue. Glue dots. I better add glue dots to my list. So next time I order, I'm starting to get a little low. So then what I did was I just found a middle piece of the greenery, kind of in the middle there, and then just tuck this behind your gold foil leaf. Gold foil circle, Jen. Sorry, guys. And you don't want to secure it all the way down because I like the effect of it looks like it's just laying there. Kind of a 3D. And another glue dot. Just right in the middle there. And this one I'm going to have going kind of at an angle, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to just tuck it in underneath there, underneath your ribbon. And you can do it over the top of your ribbon if you prefer that look. Okay, now here's where it gets really fun, because now we have these little pieces. So on your little mini die pine boughs, you're going to see a difference in color. You're going to have 2 that are garden green, and you're going to have 4 that are old olive. So a darker green and a lighter green. Yes, this matters because on the card we have 1 garden green going this way, and then 2 old olive and garden green. Just offer a little bit of a variety if that matters to you. If not, do it however you guys want to. Okay, and this we can use regular amount of glue for. And so I'm going to start with the garden green piece up at the top. And you want to glue close to the bottom as you can. We want to leave the top open. Okay. And so we're going to start by, you want to kind of have it pointing at an angle. So we're just going to tuck that behind. And I'm leaving the top part kind of open, so it just looks like it's just hanging there. And then we're going to take 2 old olive pieces and glue those at the bottom. And this one is going to go over the top of our gold foil circle. And then I'm going to take the other one and glue at the bottom. And this one is going to go underneath our gold foil circle. So I kind of just have them lined up a little bit here, just kind of like they're together. And then you have 3 little pine cones. I love these little pine cones, they're so cute. And this is where your take your pick tool comes in handy if you have one. It's the putty end with the little sticky. And so I'm going to take 1 pine cone and glue the back of that. And this one, you want the bottom of the pine cone to face down. And so I'm going to place him right about here. You can just eyeball it. And then I'm going to take another pine cone. Now the bottom of the pine cone is actually going to face up. Note to self, get another bottle of glue out for next project. And this came off of my... Come on, now I got glue on my mat. Okay. So remember, the bottom of the pine cone you want facing up. So I'm just placing that over the top of that pine cone. And then we're going to work on the bottom piece. So you have your two old olive pieces. And we're going to go ahead and glue the bottoms of those boughs. And this one I have more going this direction, kind of toward our ribbon loop here. And then the garden green piece, you should have one left. We're going to attach that one, kind of going down a little bit. So I joined it with the old olive bough, just the tip of it. And then we're going to glue our other pine bough. And this one is going to go pretty much straight across from the one on the left. We're going to secure that down. And the nice thing about just gluing it at the bottom is that they look like they're lifted, like we used dimensionals even though we didn't. I like that look. And then you have your last pine cone, and the bottom of your pine cone is actually going to face up. I'm going to go ahead and glue that. And go ahead and stick that on. Hasn't bonded yet. Okay, and then you have these little gold foil pieces, and I found the easiest thing to do with those is to put glue dots on the back of those. So I'm going to go ahead and take your pick tool. Now these are small ones, and I like to just kind of roll them into a ball. And then what I do is just before the stem piece, like right in the middle in between these two leaf branches, I like to put my glue dot right there. And then you're going to take one. So on the top of your greenery bush here, I chucked the gold foil leaf kind of in between, behind this one, and kind of overlapping with this one here. And so I'm covering the stem, like we don't want to see the stem. And so just cover that up. So you have one there. Roll this up into a little ball. And the same thing, just in between, in the middle there. So I'm actually placing the glue dot in the center. And then this one is going to go behind the gold foil circle, kind of over the top of the greenery going this direction. Like that. 2 more. Okay, and then this one, toward the bottom here, we've got this couple of leaves going this way, so I'm going to lift up that ribbon, and we don't want our stem showing on this piece, so I'm going to just tuck this kind of behind that ribbon and over the top of the leaf going this direction. So let's see if you guys can see that. So it's underneath but overlapping this green leaf here. And then we have our last gold foil leaf. I love these glue dots. They are awesome. Okay. Roll up into a little ball. And this one is going to go, so we have this leaf branching out here, and so this is going to get tucked underneath the gold foil circle. And I'm kind of angling it so it's going kind of a downward. Let me move this up just a little bit. There. So it's kind of pointing downward. And there we have it. And then the inside we have our card liner. And you guys know I don't stamp sentiments. I love to write most of the time. Notes. Nothing like getting a handwritten note from somebody. We don't do that much these days. So most of my cards will have a handwritten note, and I like to write big, and so I will fill up the whole page without a problem. Okay, and then we attach our liner down. And there is project number 5, case from the Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog, page 61. Okay, so real quick, let's get our projects here, and I will have, dimensions you guys probably want. So it's an old olive base, that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then this old olive layer that we stamped on is 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. The gold pieces are 1/4 inch strips, and you will need 2 of those. So 1/4 inch by 5 1/2. And the stamp sets I used are the Stampin' Up! Winter Wood Bundle and Forever Flourishing dies, and then the Layering Circles dies. And then, checking my notes here. So I told you guys I use the adhesive sheet behind these to help stabilize the greenery. And glue dots, case from the catalog. So yeah, so now I'm just going to kind of get all of our projects that we did, our Christmas in July projects, and our little clear tiny treat boxes, and our curvy box carriers and curvy boxes, mini curvy boxes I should say. And then we have our trifold snowman card. So I would love to get your feedback on which of these projects is your favorite, or which one you can see yourself making. That would be something I would love to know. And if anybody has any questions about supplies colors, products, let me know. And remember, the berry branches, I will come up with a project that we will use these on. And I think I gave you guys dimensions for all of the other projects. Okay, so a couple of things before we get to our Crafty Chick Christmas in July prize giveaway. One of the things I want to mention is I am taking, just a reminder, I am taking August off between the garden and the chickens and getting the chicken coop built and then getting some canning done. And I have a few crafting projects of my own that I like to complete from start to finish. A lot of times what happens is I get it started, but then I have to stop to go and do something, and it's hard for me to get back around to getting it done sometimes. So I'm taking August off, and I will resume projects and kits for September, and I will keep you guys posted on that. Also, many of you know that I usually go on my yearly retreat at Palouse Divide Lodge. Right now it's still kind of up in the air. I have a feeling it's going to get canceled. So if that ends up and happens, I would like to maybe do a mini retreat with you guys where I come up with some projects and we all give ourselves a little mini retreat at home. And I will think about more details on that and kind of talk to you and get your thoughts, and we'll go from there. And one of the other things I want to tell you is, oh yeah, sneak peeks. I'm not allowed to show you the pages of the holiday catalog, but I can show you products from the holiday catalog. So I'm going to clear this away and I'm going to give you a few sneak peeks, and then we're going to get into the prize drawing. Okay. Oh, did you guys see that? This was the first one I did, and my handle is already detached. This is the one I attached the handle on the outside. So FYI, just be aware of that. But you guys are smart, and you tucked them inside, so it should be more stable. Okay, so one of the things that I want to show you is we have, I'm going to pull this mat away. A couple of you guys know me as my DSP. I love my DSP, which stands for Designer Series Paper. And snowflakes I love, and everybody knows purple is my favorite color. So between loving snowflakes and purple combined in one, what? You knew I had to have this one. Come on. I love the colors in this. This is a Snowflake Splendor Suite, and just beautiful colors and a watercolor effect. I'm so looking forward to playing with this, and I will be creating projects with us to do as we get closer to winter. And you know, each piece is double-sided. Just beautiful, beautiful colors. There's so much you can do with Designer Series paper. And purple, I think the word got out. Jen loves purple, so you have to do something with purple snowflakes. No, not really. This one I just love. Just totally watercolor effect. The blues and greens and purples, it's just beautiful. And I love that if you don't like one side, you can use the other side. And sometimes I don't always use these DSP sheets for cards. I've used them in my scrapbooking projects as well. I think this one's one of my favorites. Okay. So, Snowflake Splendor, and you get 12 sheets. And the colors are Balmy Blue, Coastal Cabana, Highland Heather, Misty Moonlight, which Misty Moonlight is one of our new in colors, Night of Navy, Pacific Point, Pool Party, and Whisper White. A lot of blues in this one. Really, really, really pretty. I've got them all mixed up, but that's okay. And so that is one of the DSP packs I had to have. And then another one that I saw, this one is called Poinsettia Place. I know a lot of us, when we think of poinsettias, we think of the red poinsettias, and I know sometimes the white ones are popular, so there's a lot of white poinsettias in this one. So really pretty paper. And then on the back you have the brown with a bunch of pine cones. This is really pretty too. And see, this one is totally non-Christmassy, so it's very versatile. And then a bunch of berry sprigs. And then a wood grain on the back of that one. More poinsettia flowers. And then a beautiful green background. This one I could see using for scrapbooking as background. And then just matte on top of that with the pine cones. And then we have holly leaves and holly berries. And then I think that's old olive green background. Really pretty paper. And there is a bundle that goes with this DSP, and I'm going to get that for you really quick. I thought I had it right here. Bear with me. Okay. There it is. Okay. Sorry about that. So I want to show you that this is the stamp set, the Poinsettia Petals, that coordinates with this DSP. I was shocked when I opened this up at how big the flowers actually are, and they're beautiful. So I'm just going to hold so you guys can kind of get an idea of the size of these flowers. Really, really pretty. And I also found out that some of the dies will die cut the flowers out of the DSP. These are really pretty too. I can't wait to play with this one. Look at the size of those. And this one, where you have the embossed part on there, it will actually die cut and emboss it for you. How fun is that? Really, really pretty. Really looking forward to playing with this set. So as we get closer to the holidays, I'll be coming up with projects for this one. Okay, so that's the poinsettias. Let me put this DSP back. And the colors in this one is Bumblebee, Garden Green, Old Olive, Real Red, Soft Suede, and Whisper White. Bumblebee is another one of our new in colors. Okay, and then one other thing I want to show you is with that snowflake set, the DSP that we were just looking at, there's also a winter snow embossing folder. This embossing folder is beautiful. I haven't got to play with it yet, but I will. And I don't know if you guys will be able to see. Let me bring in my black mat and see if that helps. Look at those snowflakes, aren't those beautiful? So I'll be creating projects with this one as well for you guys. So it's a winter snow embossing folder. Okay, and then I want to show you, so on our little clear mini treat box, I used a dainty diamond embossing folder, and that's what I used to emboss these. This one is really pretty too. Makes a really nice, just kind of an all-purpose background really, but it'll also be good for masculine things also. And this is called Dainty Diamonds. Okay. And then, one other thing I want to tell you. This embossing folder, which is the Snowflake one, probably in October, I will be doing a drawing as this will be one of the prizes for our drawing, will be this embossing folder. And I think we'll do that for October. Okay, here we go. We are ready. This is a moment you all have been waiting for, right? So our prize drawing for Christmas in July is we have one set of the Stampin' Blend. This is dark cherry cobbler and dark shaded spruce. And so this will be one prize. And the other one is, this is for the Stampin' Right markers, which this is garden green and cherry cobbler. So it kind of gives you a head start on getting your Christmas cards ready or your Christmas projects. So here we go. Are we ready? We're going to start drawing names, and I have a piece of ribbon in here. You know you're crafting when things end up where they're not supposed to be. That just means you've been crafting hard. So I'm going to kind of cover the names so we can't see. And so the first one we're drawing for is for the Stampin' Right markers. So let's see who's the lucky winner. Here we go. I think I have one. Okay. Oh, nope, I have two. Okay, and we have Linda. So congratulations, Linda. You won the Stampin' Right markers of Real Red or Cherry Cobbler and Garden Green. Congratulations. And now for the Stampin' Blend, we're going to draw. Let's see. Here we go. Donna Steed. Congratulations, Donna. You won the Stampin' Blend. Congratulations, you guys. Next time I see you, I will get your prizes to you. And again, thank you guys so much for crafting with me. I appreciate your time, and let me know if any of you have any questions. I will keep in touch with you guys about September. I'm thinking it'll probably be the beginning to the middle of September. I will be planning to have kits ready, and we'll be contacting you for delivery. And then if we want to continue into the fall and winter, instead of meeting with somebody to transfer kits, I think what I will do, just to keep everybody safe, is to mail everybody's kit to you, and we can talk more about that. You let me know your thoughts, and we'll just go from there. I miss you all so much, and I really miss crafting with you, miss getting together with you, and well, we just have to do what we can do, and the main thing is everybody stay safe and healthy, and I'm always here if you need to talk. Thank you again so much. Enjoy your weekend. I love you. I miss you all. Bye-bye.